Alright, what is going on, guys? We are back with another trade recap video on how we made $936 and something cents. Bear with me. I have been sick for like the past week and my nose is still congested. I may have voice more frequent more voice cracks than frequently, or however the fuck you want to say it. But yeah. Anywho, let's dive into what we did today. So today, coming into today, my bias was bearish. Reasoning throughout the whole week, let's just say I was bullish, or I wanted to see this whole entire week play off bullish. Reasoning why is because if you go into the weekly time frame, we've only had straight black candles go print down, as you can see. We had no form of retracement whatsoever. Nothing has been balanced in this price action. So what is the only thing we can be expecting? A high time frame retracement. So beginning of the week, I drew out equilibrium, went down to the 4 hour, and I saw that right by EQ we had these draws on liquidity, that we are pretty much on our way. We already took out these. We have this fair value gap up here, and these data highs that I think it was from a Trump tweet or something like that. I forgot what it was, but these are pretty much like news highs. And or what day was this? This was Monday, March 23rd. Monday, March 23rd. I think this was when Trump said that he was they were like in talks of like coming to a peace treaty with Iran, and then Iran came out and said that shit's a lie. I'm pretty sure this is that high, but either way, we're on our way to probably either create relative equal highs, come down, and then come up to the Fair Valley Gap, or just straight move up because we've just had straight swift down, and now we're having a straight swift up, just like how we had to the downside. Anywho, I have not taken a trade Monday, nor Tuesday, nor Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday were honestly pretty good days to trade, but I wouldn't say the best days to trade. I had some opportunities, but I faded them due to me being emotional, and also due to me also being in drawdown. And seeing how the market was moving, I really wasn't liking it. Monday was bullish because I wanted to see price come into this retracement of these two fair value gaps that we have. Also massively, I think we also had daily fair value gaps. Yeah, we even had daily fair value gaps as well, all the way up here. But Monday, pretty much we did like a stop hunt, massive high time frame liquidity sweep, moves up. Tuesday, same thing. Was wanting a retrace into this fair value gap, sweep, and then move up. We didn't. We just kept moving up. Wednesday, same type of bullshit. We literally inversed this fair value gap. I was wanting to be bearish for another high time frame retracement. We don't sweep liquidity and then we still end up moving up. But then overnight we dropped down. And leading up to today, as to why I was bullish, let me take this shit off now. Now that you guys know what my ideas are and what I'm pretty much looking for. I took equilibrium equilibrium today. What do we pretty much see? Price came down, tapped into equilibrium, and when I woke up, I was expecting price to once again do a stop hunt, so sweep this out and then a change in order flow. So once I saw this liquidity sweep, I was pretty much seeing Linden manipulation, New York reversal, New York continuation, which is what we were having right here. Same thing on ES. Go to the 4 hour, and same thing, equilibrium, sweeps, changes in order flow. Now, same thing. I know, not a lot of people, but like I also had the thought of my mind like that we could still potentially be bearish because of this fair value gap and also due to higher time frames. But the only way I was still willing to, or only way I was willing to switch my bias to being bearish is if we came up to equilibrium, respected it, and showed bearish order flow. But what do we do as market opens? Or I think this was, am I in the 4 hour or am I bugging? Yeah. My bad. Took the wrong. Yeah, I knew it was bugging. Right here. If we were still wanted to trade down, we would have respected this equilibrium if you wanted to continue bearish order flow. 5 minute price moves up into equilibrium. We have a fair value gap. What happens here? We completely disrespect this bullish fair value gap on ES and on NASDAQ. Let me take some of this shit out, bro. There's too much shit going on my screen. So, like I mentioned, since price just came into equilibrium, and the only way it would change my bias is if we would respect equilibrium by showing continuation in bearish order flow. If I said that right, but now all I had to do was just wait for price to retrace into this fair value gap and see a continuation in the 1 minute. What happens next? We inverse it. What I noticed was we had a 5 minute bullish SMT with NASDAQ and ES. Now, yes, we could have waited for that fair value gap to, or for a retracement into that fair value gap to see if we could still potentially show bearish order flow. But I'm I'm considering this. I'm still with my bullish bias because we already changed order flow. We're still continuing this order flow. We don't have a fair value gap in here. Sure, I'll draw equilibrium, but I'm still keeping in mind of this 5 minute SMT that I have. And now, how do I confirm that this is an actual a bullish SMT that's in play? I would have had to wait for a breaker structure that we have here, and then a 1 minute confluence. Either way, price comes into this equilibrium. We disrespect bearish order flow by inversing this 1 minute fair value gap. So now we're in 1 minute. We don't break back to bearish order flow, or we don't change order flow again. Neither does NASDAQ. Inverses that gap, doesn't break structure again. We have that SMT, breaks structure, fills in that fair value gap. ES does the same thing. So now this is an actual bullish SMT that's in play. And there we go. Hold on one sec. Anywho, we have that continuation confluence in the 1 minute. We get that break of structure. I join off this candle, stops all the way down here, and take profit hit. I'm gonna be honest. I closed a little bit early. I closed like a little bit like down here in this black candle. Reasoning why is because after we hit this high time frame draw in liquidity, I was afraid that price was gonna come back and now do a 5 minute retrace into potentially one of these fair value gaps. So yes, I was fearful because I took off a 5 minute SMT and 1 minute confluence. I've backtested this so many times and it's worked. It has worked countless of times. Not many times for high time frame draws on liquidity, but for 5 minute draws, it does work, and you would get like a pretty decent RR. But I was still pretty fearful, especially knowing how price was reacting or how the market was reacting these past few days. I closed out a little bit early. I would have made so much back off after the 1.1 loss that I had. I mean, I did cut down my losses right now to like 200. I'm 200 bucks down, but it is what it is. I still gotta let go of the attachment to money. Like I'm afraid of fucking. I'm 1 day of getting my payout, and it's like how my cousin says, like the payout's not really gonna do a difference. If I get the payout or not, it's I'm still gonna be living the normal life that I'm living right now. So it's like I just gotta calm down and let the play trade. I mean, let the trade play out. Oh yeah, this really fucking hurt me. I mean, yeah, a win is a win, but I broke my rules, so I'm not really satisfied with today. But bias was right. The my overall analysis is playing out for the week, and tomorrow is Good Friday, no trade, market is closed. Hope you guys have a great weekend, a great Easter, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Talk to you guys later. Peace.